Right, guys? It's the time of the season where you just gotta keep your head down. You gotta keep plowing. You don't live too far behind, you don't live too far ahead. We got some things that we gotta go get better at. We got some things internally that we have to go take care of. We've been making some progress in some areas with some kids. And we have to stay focused on making sure we can keep putting all those pieces together. That's the key. That is the key. This team has some flaws and it has some things that it has to go take care of. And we gotta keep our head down and we gotta keep improving week by week, day by day.
Coach, at the beginning of the year, I'm sure you had 2, 3, 4 concerns or things that you think could get the team some issues or you were worried about. How different now that we're just over halfway through? Is it turned out to be the same thing, or is it kind of some of the weaknesses been strengths and strengths been weaknesses? Or are you surprised at like the things that have been strengths and the things that have been weaknesses or concerns, I should say?
This team works so very hard. And the thing about it is, if a kid on this team struggles today, they get after it and they get back to work. I haven't seen us play consistently since the beginning of the year. People talking about the weekend DJ had when DJ struggled. You're talking about Alex. Alex has been up and down. I don't think we've played consistently so far yet this year. I don't really know what you're getting at, but that's what I see. Like my forecast going into the year. I mean, opening weekend, we live bad. We live bad and we play bad. And these kids they've just kept grinding and they're doing it under a lot of scrutiny and they're doing it under a lot of pressure and they just keep grinding. That's what impresses me about this group.
Alyssa worked out of some jams and showed some composure this weekend. Just kind of, how special is that to see from a freshman?
Last week I was sitting here and heard Tony talk about Andy Grove when he was a freshman and he won the series in South Carolina, and Tony talked about putting him on the road earlier against LSU and watching him struggle and never having been in that environment before. And a lot of that reminded me about Alyssa this weekend. That this is the first time she's been in that kind of environment. And they were heckling her and they were on her and I don't think she had her best stuff for sure, but pretty impressive for that kid just to stay in the moment and keep fighting without your best stuff in a crucial situation. So she continues to show like maturity beyond her years. And being able to win without your head in that environment, it's just, even though it doesn't look like it, it's a step in the right direction.
Those kind of games, and then Alabama as well, just kind of, is that the stuff you saw from her in high school that you were like, okay, I want this girl, and is she surprised you at all, or is this what you expected?
Well, she wasn't a new chip recruit coming out of high school, and the kid has really transformed herself since she's been here. I'm talking physically and mentally. I think she surprised herself. And she's way ahead of schedule. terms of what she's doing with her mechanics, in terms of her mental maturity, and in terms of how she competes. And I just think that the kid's 6'1". She's got the levers, she's got the DNA, she's got the tools. And now she's starting to have fun. So, it's a good thing. It's always a good thing to be developing freshman pitchers.
Coach, how important was it for y'all to go on the road and get a series sweep and going on the road for the first time?
Good teams are built on the road. I mean, we needed to play the schedule the way we did. You know, I think that we needed to be at home the first full weekend. People think it's easy to play at home, but sometimes it's you know, with the expectations here, sometimes playing at home puts a lot of pressure on you too. But we needed to be at home. We needed to be at home. We needed to stay in our routine. We needed to do the things that we do. But if you're gonna be a championship caliber team, you have to get on the road, and you have to get on the road in hostile environments, and you have to get on the road when the crowd is against you, and you have to get on the road where you have to overcome adversity. And then with 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, you have to put them in situations where they're on the road and they have to remain true to their protocol, and they have to have discipline, and they have to make the right decisions so you can continue to be consistent throughout a weekend. So those are the kind of things that we needed to do, and I thought our kids handled it really, really good.
You talked about plowing on, and are these back-to-back road trips just something that you can really learn something about your team?
Really what we have to do, really in the grind, this grind part of the season, really what we have to do is, instead of just worried about the next trip or the next opponent, we have to be able, between Monday and the time that we get on the bus Friday, we have to continue to go to our list and start checking things off. There's things that we gotta fix. If we stay status quo we are right now, we're gonna be in trouble. So, it's not getting ready for the next trip. It's not, oh well, they're tired. It's like, we got a list of things that we need to go take care of. And we have to continue taking care of them. We have to continue checking off the list. That's what I mean when I say keep your head down and keep plowing. People want to patch you, but it's not time. The game exposed us a little bit this weekend. Our opponent exposed us a little bit this weekend. It's a good thing, and we talked about to come away with the series sweep. But in reality, you have to be mature enough to do self-analysis and to make sure that you know that there's things that you have to do to get better if you're going to continue to grind along. You can't wait for the loss to happen then to go make that fix. And to be mature enough to say, we got to fix these areas. And to me, they're glaring. And we have an opportunity to do it while we're building some momentum.
Is driving in runs in the middle of the order on the top of that list?
Without giving away too much, we're gonna have to shuffle. We're gonna have to shuffle the lineup a little bit to give some protection to the kids that have been really, really consistent. So I never like to do that. It's not something that I like to do, because I like to just stay with the lineup and just go with it. But it's coming. I see it coming, and I'm not gonna wait till we get beat. Gotta protect DJ. And we have to get another arm. We have to get another arm, especially for the World Series and especially for the grind. Our defense let us down a little bit this weekend. I mean, I know they were tough plays, but we gotta make those plays. I mean, there's plays that we have to make, and we gotta. This team has an opportunity to be really good, to be really special. Now it's time for them to start playing that way. We're listening to the coaches and just play to them right. Let's go.